Hey y'all, welcome to another powerful, brand new story. I really hope you love it, and if you do, make sure to join the fam by hitting that subscribe button and dropping a comment to let us know where you're watching from. Let's dive in.
The rain had been relentless all morning in Manhattan, turning the sidewalks into slick, reflective sheets. Outside the Langston Hotel, the city's elite hurried in and out beneath umbrellas, luxury cars arriving and departing in a steady stream. The grandeur of the hotel contrasted sharply with the gray skies and damp streets, yet inside those walls, power and influence thrived. Jackson Blake sat in the backseat of a sleek black SUV, his gaze fixed out the window as raindrops traced chaotic patterns on the glass. At 38 years old, Jackson was one of the youngest self-made billionaires in America, the CEO of Blake Enterprises, a vast conglomerate spanning tech, real estate, and aerospace. His name was synonymous with success, ambition, and relentless drive. Yet today, something gnawed at him. The usual satisfaction from deals and boardroom victories was absent. There was a hollow ache inside, a restless question he hadn't allowed himself to confront in years. What had he truly sacrificed on his way to the top? His phone buzzed repeatedly, displaying a barrage of messages and meeting reminders. Jackson didn't respond. Instead, his eyes caught movement outside the tinted window, a figure stepping out of the hotel entrance, wrapped in a beige trench coat, hair plastered wet to her face. His breath caught. The woman moved hurriedly, clutching the hands of two small boys. They were drenched, their coats soaked through, but their faces were lit with innocent curiosity. The emerald eyes of the woman were unmistakable. "Elena," he whispered. The twins walking beside her were unmistakable, too. Two boys around 6 years old, with unruly dark curls and wide eyes, faces that mirrored his own. Jackson's heart raced. He pushed the door open and stepped out, rain pelting him instantly. His expensive suit soaked within seconds, but he barely noticed. "Elena," he called, voice catching. She turned sharply, eyes wide with shock. "Jackson?" The boys looked between them, unsure. "Are they mine?" Jackson asked, voice barely a whisper. Elena nodded, her eyes glistening with a mixture of relief and pain. "Yes. They're your sons." For a moment, the world paused around them, the noise of the city dulled by the pounding rain and the gravity of the moment. Jackson struggled to breathe. 6 years. 6 years of absence, of missed birthdays, milestones, and every ordinary moment he'd never get back. Elena took a tentative step forward. "Come inside. We need to talk." The hotel lobby was warm and quiet compared to the storm outside. Jackson followed Elena to a small cafe tucked away in a corner, where they could speak without interruption. The boys were handed hot chocolate, their faces brightening as they sipped, unaware of the tension simmering between the adults. Jackson looked at Elena. "Why didn't you tell me?" She looked down, fingers twisting nervously. "I wanted to. Every day I thought about telling you. But then I saw your name in magazines, on the news, engaged to a model, building empires. I thought you'd moved on. I didn't want to disrupt your life." His chest tightened. "My life was empty without you. Without them. I was scared," Elena admitted. "Scared you wouldn't want us. Scared I'd lose you again." Jackson swallowed hard, the weight of regret settling deep inside. "I was a fool to leave. To choose ambition over love. You made that choice clear," she said softly. "Love was a distraction to you." He reached out, taking her hand. "I want to be part of their lives now. All of it, the good, the hard, everything." Elena hesitated. "It won't be easy. You walked away once. They need a father who stays." Jackson nodded, determination steady in his eyes. "I'm ready to prove I can." The boys suddenly ran toward him, their small hands reaching out. "Are you really our dad?" Liam asked, eyes wide. Jackson dropped to his knees, tears mixing with the rain still dripping from his hair. "Yes, I am." The following days blurred together as Jackson's world shifted from cold boardrooms and deal-making to playgrounds and bedtime stories. He found himself navigating a new and unfamiliar terrain, fatherhood. Every morning began with laughter and chaos as Lucas and Liam ran around the sprawling penthouse he had once reserved solely for business meetings and lavish parties. Their boundless energy and innocent joy filled the spaces that ambition had hollowed out. Elena watched quietly from the sidelines, still unsure if this sudden change in Jackson was real or just another fleeting moment. For years, she had shielded her boys from the truth about their father, fearing his rejection, fearing that their fragile family would be shattered again. Jackson was determined to make up for lost time, but old wounds were hard to heal. One afternoon, as the twins played with blocks on the living room floor, Elena sat beside Jackson, her eyes searching his. "Do you know what scared me the most?" she asked softly. He shook his head. "That you'd come back and then disappear again. That I'd have to protect them all over." Jackson reached out, his fingers brushing hers gently. "I'm not going anywhere. I want to be here, for you and for them." Elena smiled, a flicker of hope in her eyes. "It's going to take time. I have all the time in the world now." Despite his promises, the path ahead was rocky. Jackson had to learn the rhythm of parenting, a lesson that money and power could never teach. There were sleepless nights when one of the boys fell ill, school recitals he almost missed, and moments of frustration when balancing work and family felt impossible. His employees noticed the change, some questioning his commitment to the company. But Jackson's priorities had irrevocably shifted. One evening, after a long day filled with meetings and calls, Jackson came home to find Elena preparing dinner with the boys gathered around the table. Lucas looked up and grinned. "Dad, can you help me with my homework?" Jackson smiled, grateful for the normalcy. As they worked through math problems, Elena watched from the kitchen, the familiar warmth of a family filling the apartment. Yet, beneath the surface, a silent question lingered. Could a man who once chose success over love truly change? Weeks turned into months. The boys grew closer to Jackson, their bond deepening with each passing day. He coached their soccer team, attended parent-teacher conferences, and made a point to be home for every birthday and holiday. Elena found herself slowly lowering her guard, seeing the genuine effort in Jackson's eyes. One rainy night, mirroring the day they reunited, Jackson sat beside Elena, the twins asleep upstairs. "I know I can't erase the past," he said quietly, "but I want to build a future." Elena nodded, tears glistening. "I want that too." Then came the moment that tested their fragile new beginning. Lucas fell ill with a high fever, and despite Jackson's wealth and connections, the scare brought them all to their knees. In the sterile hospital room, Jackson held Elena's hand tightly, his heart pounding as doctors worked tirelessly. When the fever broke and Lucas finally opened his eyes, relief washed over them. It was a reminder that no amount of money could shield them from life's fragility. That night, Jackson made a vow: no more choosing ambition over love, no more missing the moments that mattered. He began to make changes in his company, delegating more, taking time off, and shifting his focus to what truly mattered. Elena saw the transformation, not just in words but in actions. Slowly, trust blossomed where fear once dwelled. The twins flourished with their father present, laughing, learning, and growing. Jackson watched with pride as Liam scored his first goal in soccer, and Lucas performed in his school play. Then, just as their family began to settle into a new rhythm, a shocking revelation arrived. A DNA test, requested by a distant relative, confirmed the undeniable truth. Jackson was the boy's biological father. Though Elena had always known, the confirmation gave Jackson a profound sense of responsibility and belonging. He arranged a private celebration for the twins' 7th birthday at the city zoo, a day filled with laughter, friends, and the promise of a new chapter. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the happy faces, Jackson held Elena close. "We've come a long way," he whispered. Elena smiled. "And it's just the beginning." For Jackson Blake, the journey from a ruthless CEO to a devoted father was complete. The boy who once chased success at all costs had found what truly mattered: family, love, and a second chance. The months that followed Lucas and Liam's birthday brought with them a sense of peace Jackson hadn't known he was capable of feeling. The relentless pace of his life slowed enough to savor the little things. The way Liam's eyes lit up when he discovered a ladybug in the garden, Lucas's proud smile after mastering his first bike ride, and the quiet moments shared between Jackson and Elena as they planned their future. But as the holiday season approached, the past came knocking in ways neither of them expected. A tabloid scandal broke. An anonymous source leaked photos of Jackson and Elena together, sparking rumors and speculation. The media was merciless, painting the story as a billionaire's hidden past, a secret family exposed. Jackson's carefully curated public image was under attack, threatening the empire he had built. Elena watched anxiously as Jackson faced the storm with the same grit he had shown in business. Yet this was different. This was personal. At a press conference, Jackson stood before a sea of flashing cameras and probing questions. He took a deep breath and said, "Yes, Elena and I share a past, and more importantly, we share two incredible boys who have changed my life forever. I'm proud to be their father." The honesty stunned the crowd. The media shifted from scorn to curiosity, the narrative changing under the weight of truth. Back home, Elena and Jackson found solace in each other. They were no longer two people haunted by regret, but partners ready to face whatever came next, together. As winter gave way to spring, the family grew stronger. Jackson balanced board meetings with parent-teacher conferences, always putting the boys first. He learned that love wasn't about grand gestures or money. It was about presence, consistency, and the courage to be vulnerable. One afternoon, as the twins played in the park, a young woman approached Elena, eyes bright with admiration. "Your boys are so lucky," she said softly. "It's rare to see a father so involved." Elena smiled. "He's changed everything." Jackson joined them, watching Lucas and Liam chase after a kite caught in the wind. He bent down to pick up the string, then looked at Elena. "I never believed in fate before," he said quietly. "But meeting you again, seeing them, it changed everything for me." Elena took his hand. "We have a second chance. Let's not waste it." That evening, as the sun dipped below the city skyline, Jackson held his family close. The stormy days were behind them, replaced by hope and healing. He had once chosen success over love, but now he understood the true meaning of wealth, the priceless gift of family. And for Jackson Blake, that was everything.